close your eyes for just a moment and imagine this scene. You're sitting in a cozy living room. The walls are filled with family photos. Children are laughing in the background. Grandchildren are playing at your feet. And right in front of you, there's a cake glowing with candles. Not just 70, not just 80, but 100 candles. The people you love most are surrounding you, clapping, singing, tears in their eyes. You've lived a century of life, seen the world change, seen your family grow. And through it all, you are still here. The question is, what's the secret? Why do some people live to 100 and beyond? Not just longer, but happier, healthier, and with a heart full of joy? Today, we're going to uncover the secrets of people who lived past 100, real stories, real lessons, and timeless wisdom that could add years to your life, and life to your years. Across the globe, scientists have studied these extraordinary men and women, known as centenarians. And while good genetics play a part, research shows that genes only account for about 20% of our lifespan. The rest comes down to how we live, the choices we make, and the way we see the world. In places like Okinawa, Japan, Sardinia, Italy, Icaria, Greece, and even communities in California, people are not only living longer, but they're living with energy, laughter, and purpose. And here's the good news. Their secrets aren't complicated. They're not expensive. They're not hidden in some magic pill or special formula. They're habits, mindsets, and simple ways of living that you can begin today. Yes, even if you're already in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. Let me take you to Okinawa, Japan, where some of the oldest women in the world live. One of them, a 102-year-old woman named Misao, begins every morning with a small bowl of warm miso soup, steamed vegetables from her garden, and green tea. She doesn't eat large portions, she doesn't snack on junk food, and she doesn't follow fad diets. Her meals are simple, natural, full of life. And it's not just Japan. In Sardinia, Italy, many centenarians grow their own vegetables, eat beans, lentils, olive oil, and whole grain bread. Meat is eaten, but in very small amounts. Sweets? Only occasionally, and usually homemade. They don't just eat differently, they eat differently. They pause before meals to give thanks. They eat slowly, savoring each bite. And they stop before they are completely full, a practice known as hara hachi bu in Okinawa, meaning eat until you're 80% satisfied. The lesson is simple. Eat less, eat real, and eat with gratitude. Your body will thank you with years of strength. Now here's something powerful. Centenarians don't run marathons or lift heavy weights. They don't need gyms. Instead, they live lives full of natural movement. In Sardinia, Italy, a shepherd named Antonio, now 101 years old, still walks miles across hilly pastures every day with his sheep. Not because he has to, but because he loves it. In Okinawa, elders in their 90s are seen bending over in their gardens, pulling weeds, planting vegetables, watering flowers. In Icaria, Greece, women in their late 90s climb steps, knead dough by hand, hang laundry in the sun. This daily movement isn't exercise, it's simply living. And that's the secret. Keep moving. Walk to the market instead of driving. Stretch your body in the morning. Take the stairs when you can. Dance in the living room with your spouse or grandchildren. The human body is designed to move. And when we stop moving, we begin to age faster than any calendar could ever show. I want you to picture this. A long wooden table in a small Italian village. Around it, grandparents, parents, Children, cousins, they're eating together, laughing, passing food, telling stories. This is a scene that happens almost every day in Sardinia, one of the blue zones where people often live past 100. The secret? They are never alone. In Okinawa, Japan, they form lifelong groups of friends called moai. These friends meet regularly to talk, share meals, and support each other emotionally and even financially if needed. Science has proven something astonishing. Loneliness is as dangerous to health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Think about that. Centenarians teach us that it's not enough to eat well and move daily. You also need to love well, to stay connected, to share life with others. So, pick up the phone and call an old friend. Sit down with your children without rushing. Invite your neighbors for tea. These small acts of connection add years to your life and joy to every day. One of the most beautiful secrets is this. Centenarians always have a reason to wake up in the morning. In Okinawa, they call it ikigai, your reason for being. In Costa Rica, they call it plan de vida. Whatever the name, it's the same idea. Purpose keeps you alive. A 103-year-old fisherman in Costa Rica still wakes before dawn, not to earn money, but because the sea is his life. A grandmother in Ikaria, Greece, rises every day to bake bread, not just for herself, but for her children and grandchildren. Retirement is not the end. In fact, it can be the beginning of something new. A new hobby, a role as a mentor, a chance to volunteer, to create, to nurture. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. It could be tending to your garden, caring for a pet, writing letters, telling stories, or simply being the steady, loving presence for your family. Find your reason, no matter how small, and let it carry you forward. Finally, perhaps the most important secret, the attitude you carry in your heart. People who live past 100 have known pain. They've lost loved ones, lived through wars, faced poverty, illness, heartbreak. But what sets them apart is not the absence of struggle. It's how they respond to it. They laugh. They forgive. They let go of bitterness. I once read about a 104-year-old woman who was asked about her secret to a long life. She smiled and said, "Don't worry about getting old. Worry about not living." Isn't that beautiful? Gratitude and joy are powerful medicines. They lower stress, strengthen the immune system, and give us resilience. Every day, centenarians look for something simple to appreciate. A flower, a sunrise, a shared meal. The lesson is clear. Choose gratitude. Choose joy. Every day you wake up is a gift. So, what do these secrets teach us? That longevity isn't luck, it's lifestyle. Eat real food. Move daily. Stay close to family and friends. Wake up with purpose. And carry a heart full of gratitude. Even if you're over 60 today, remember, it's never too late to begin. Every small change adds up, and every day is a new chance to live better. Now, my friend, I want you to take one deep breath and think about one small change you can make today. Maybe it's choosing fruit instead of something sugary. Maybe it's calling a friend you haven't spoken to in years. Maybe it's taking a short walk after dinner. Whatever it is, start now. Because the secret to living past 100 isn't about waiting. It's about living fully today. And if this message touched your heart, share it with your children, your grandchildren, your friends. Let these lessons spread, because together, we can build not just longer lives, but better ones. Remember, age is just a number, but how you live, that's the real secret.